And now I'd like to welcome Magdalena Pertyńska-Marczewska. I hope I got that correct. Marczewska.
Let's try
Almost.
again. So
Okay.
my name is Magdalena Pertyńska-Marczewska, and very good morning from Dallas, Texas.
All right, great. Thank you for joining us today on TVP World. So if you could tell us, how did you spend your day yesterday during this solar eclipse? Did you see it? Did you put on the special protective goggles and at least stay safe while you were viewing this?
So let's give a little bit of a background. So yesterday we experienced this absolutely extraordinary event in the skies above Dallas as we witnessed the total solar eclipse. The total is very important here. So the last one in Dallas was in 1878, and the next one is predicted to be in 2317. So definitely yesterday was a once-in-a-lifetime experience. Wow. And everybody was extremely eager to see it. And that anticipation was actually, reach a fever pitch here. We also had lots of guests, lots of visitors. People came from all over the country to be here in Dallas at 1:44 p.m. To witness that extraordinary event. So obviously, parks, rooftops, lawns, any community spaces, everything turned into a gathering point for all those eclipse enthusiasts. Also, schools took the opportunity to turn the eclipse into a sort of a hands-on learning experience. And like in my son's school, the director of the planetarium held short lectures for the whole afternoon on Sunday, explaining the phenomenon of solar eclipse and also the lunar eclipse to the families and students in the anticipation of Monday events. So, but the most important factor here is the weather. So the weather in Dallas could be absolutely unpredictable. And yesterday forecast was actually saying that it would be very cloudy, and lots of people were very worried that, we might not see anything. But in the end of the day, it all came to where you were. So in my case, I unfortunately had this big dark cloud that was sitting above my garden the whole time. So I really haven't seen much. I mean, I didn't see the total eclipse as such. I more experienced the darkness and the coldness, which was extraordinary, right. Very much surreal. And then my son, on the other hand, whose school is about 6 minutes drive from here, they experienced the whole thing. So the clouds basically parted in the right moment, and they could see the whole, total eclipse plus the Mars and Jupiter. So the joy was absolutely, great, and everybody was crazy. So, well, let's listen to that.
Do we have a sound? Yeah. Oh, wow. I wanted to ask you, it was scheduled for a particular time, and did it happen exactly at that time?
It did. So It was they gave us a little window. So we knew it was going to happen between 1:40 and 1:44, and it did. And it's just that some places were really sort of much better of an observational point than the others. So like my garden is in North Dallas, so that wasn't perfect. But little places like Irving, which is really close to Dallas, is sort of a part of Greater Dallas. A friend of mine went there, and they were on that sort of little hill, and that gave them the perfect opportunity. And there were no clouds and, whatsoever. And I can actually see the picture at the back. And yes, everybody was, wearing those special goggles. And yesterday, about sort of, 10 o'clock in the morning, there was not a place in what we call Metroplex, so Greater Dallas, that you could actually buy another pair of those. They were absolutely sold out.
Wow. Well, we heard about the cloud cover and that might disrupt things. But you mentioned kind of like the thermal shock of the total solar eclipse. What was that like? Was it a noticeable temperature drop instantly, or?
Yes, it's a bit like you know, when you're sunbathing, right, and you've got the sun and you feel like it's so nice, and then there is this big cloud that comes, and you know, you just open your eyes and you feel like it's much colder. So the temperature dropped, like, you know, really. Well, I can't tell, you know, how. I mean, I'm still operating. Sorry, it's 5 years living in Dallas, but I'm still operating in Celsius. So
That's good
I would
for us.
say, you know, something around 6, 7 Celsius.
Wow.
And it was actually, my son told me that some people really thought that this is how the end of the world would look like.
That brings me to my next question, actually, because there was so much anticipation and excitement. But was it actually a little bit frightening when it happened?
Well, in a way, yes, I would say that. I mean, my dog, for example, actually got really scared and he ran back into the house and didn't want to go out. And so it was frightening. You know,
It must
and
have
I
been very
guess
strange for
it's more-
animals.
Yes, I guess it's more for the animals than us. We can sort of, you know, explain ourselves. They can't. We've been told also that we might be able to hear some birds singing as they would be thinking it's sort of dark, you know, it's night. But I didn't experience that. But yes, I'm just, you know, saw my dog running away in sort of a, like, what is going on here?
Wow. Well, Magdalena, okay, I'm going to try one more time. Pertyńska-Marczewska. I think I might
think
have
we
a
need to-
typo on.
we need to meet and do a little bit more practice together.
Yes, we do. I think I've got a mistake in the spelling here. I'm going to blame it on that. Well, we do appreciate your observations, and thank you for joining us today on TVP World from the Lone Star State of Texas. Thank you very much.